What is up, you guys? It is your boy John, the voiceover guy, here from Puma Plow. Welcome to this on the farm where we are fixing my STIHL handheld leaf blower. This is a bg55 STIHL blower. I've had it for a number of years and really have not had to do anything to it. I've actually kind of slacked a little bit on the preventative maintenance side of this STIHL blower. I don't believe I've ever replaced the fuel filter or a spark plug or an air filter even. Maybe an air filter, but we really couldn't remember. Dad is working on this thing because the carburetor is running over at an alarming rate. It needs a new carburetor instead of fixing whatever's wrong with it. These carburetors are not very expensive at all. I'm not sure how much it costs. Dad hasn't told me yet. He will tell me after this video comes out, don't you worry. But it needs a new carburetor because you would set the thing on the ground when you're not using it, and there would be a trail of gas coming from the blower. So it acted as kind of like a siphon, and it was just putting two-stroke gasoline absolutely everywhere. So no big deal. New carburetor, like I said, they're not that expensive. At least I don't think it was, because yeah. So Dad does sell these things, sells like a lot of these, of course. He does not work on them day to day. He wanted me to make sure you guys know that. So he's having a little problems with the throttle linkage here, but we get it. You know, he gets it eventually, and all good there. But you can see this blower is kind of ooey gooey on the inside. It has been leaking fuel for a while. Not terribly long, but maybe a month or so it's been leaking. Normally where I keep my lawnmower, I went in there one day and there was a puddle of fuel from this leaf blower on top of my Gravely lawnmower, and that's when I was like, okay, something's not right here. And then I kept the blower in the front of my garage here, and then there was like a puddle running from it, and I was like, okay, something's gotta give here. So we took it to the farm, we dug into it a little bit and figured out what it was. And then because we were actually worried about the fuel tank having a leak, having a crack or a hole or something, but fuel tank's good to go. And it was most definitely the carburetor was having issues. But there you can see he got the throttle linkage unhooked now and knocked the carburetor off with the screwdriver handle, which also doubles as a hammer, in case you guys didn't know. It definitely can double as a hammer. There's the new carburetor. He was making a joke about, oh, we should do an unboxing video. I'm like, really? Okay. That's kind of what he did, though, in a way. But, yeah, new carburetor ready to go. Make sure you get it turned the right way so the primer ball is out, or the purge pump, whatever you want to call it. Yes, there are different things. I know that, Dad. Thank you. I know. Because he'll say something after watching this video, of course. But anyway, I digress. Taking one of the fuel lines off from the fuel tank, obviously. That's where the fuel lines usually come and go to. You know, it makes sense, right? Got to get fuel out of your fuel pump, right? So this STIHL blower has been very good to me over the years. It has performed quite well over the years that I've had the thing. You know, cleaned up many yards with it. Many of leaves have been blown with this blower as well. Like I said, I have been using it for a number of years now. I don't actually know how long, but I had a lot of problems with my old leaf blower, and it got to the point where I was cutting grass a day that Dad was off, and he was like kind of bumming around town doing whatever, and I literally called him. I said, hey, I need a new blower, like now. And he went to where he works, and he got me this blower and brought it home for me that day. So I've had the thing ever since, but it's a good blower. New gasket. He did put a new gasket on the intake there. He said 99% of the time that gasket is fine and they don't replace them at the shop, but he wanted to go ahead and throw the new gasket on, kind of for funsies, and to show you guys in the video that he did replace the gasket. But like I said, 99% of the time at the shop where he works, they do not replace them because they are completely fine. And you don't have to replace them. So there is that. And honestly, getting this carburetor on here, it was a tight little fit there. Wiggling her in there. And now he's back to messing with the throttle linkage here. So when you pull the trigger, it moves the little piece on the carburetor there, you know. Makes it go fast. Produce lots of wind. That's kind of the point of a leaf blower after all. Make a lot of wind. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, this blower's been really good to me over the years. It's a nice light blower. It's not like real heavy, but it's solid. STIHL makes really good equipment. Not sponsored. I wish, but not sponsored. My dad sells them, so yeah. All good there. Alright, so the next thing we wanted to do, and he basically said, always, 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 if you're replacing the carburetor, replace the fuel filter. It is an in-tank fuel filter in a lot of this 2-cycle stuff. Replace it. Fish it out with a piece of wire. Replace it, replace it, replace it. And like I said, I don't know that we've ever replaced it, so it was time. It was definitely time. So he's putting the air box back on, basically, is what that is right there. It has the choke built in. 2 little screws, and you're good to go. There, he's putting the nuts on the screws now. Tightening her down, and airbox is done. Maybe. Not sure. But, yeah. So we're using the Karma grip here, by the way, on the GoPro Hero 5 to get kind of smooth air footage, so it's not, like, shaky. It is moving around a lot, but it's not shaky, per se, you know, from, like, me holding the camera. So I think it turned out fairly well. This video is also in 60 frames. I record in, what's it called, 2.7K, and then I down-res it, or downscale it to 1080p when I render. So, some tech side for you guys. I don't know why, but hey, why not? So you put on one of the little nuts, and I'll put the other one on the little air box, and be good to go here. But you got to make sure you get that tight. Obviously, you want it to be nice and sealed on the back side there, because you don't want any, quote, dirty air getting into your engine, because you'll need a new blower if that happens. Just saying. Just saying. So tightening those down nice and tight to get that good seal, like I said. You gotta have a good seal back there, right? Just saying. Alright, so the next thing we wanted to do to the blower was the spark plug. And he's not using quite the right wrench. You need to use one of the, like a chainsaw wrench that comes with chainsaws, basically. Will work on this. We didn't have one handy, so just use a regular wrench. It works. And like I said, I don't know that we've ever replaced that spark plug. I really don't know. But there it's out. In goes the new one. You know, it's a spark plug, right? It's done its job for a number of years. And a lot of this 2-cycle equipment, or pretty much all this 2-cycle equipment, we like to spark plug, fuel filter, and air filter pretty much every single winter. You know, every off-season, or at least every other off-season. We do a lot of maintenance to this stuff. In goes the new air filter, and like I said, I don't know that we replaced it ever before this. So there is that. And then, of course, the air filter cover has to go back on. And then comes the whole side. Basically, the shield around the flywheel and stuff. And Dad's wiping up gas still. There was gas all over this thing. It was kind of nasty. I took the air compressor to it before this video was filmed and tried to clean up as much as possible. But there you go, guys. He is using the impact gun very gently because you're using metal screws into plastic. So you have to be very gentle with that, but it's just a faster way to go at it. 4 screws and you're good to go. And there she is back together. Let's hear this bad boy run. It runs. There you go. Thank you guys for watching another On the Farm. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you like it. Make sure you guys hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you have not already done so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, toodles.